Welcome to the Rent Boys podcast with me, Alex Camp, and this is Dom Hartonwoods, and then over there is Ethan Smith. Got in there quick with the cash register.
No,
We've already done this intro, and then we had a technical issue, but Dom pressed the cash register sound button at just the right time when we were talking about Ethan working at the deli. This time, I usurped him, got in there early, ruined it. That was Dream.
Yeah.
That you didn't get the wah wah wah, but hopefully you'll get it later. Stop putting your fingers near my crotch. So here we are. It's December.
Thursday.
Trees December
up.
the 7th.
Trees up.
The tree's up.
All you're doing.
It's a bit pathetic.
All you're doing.
I'm going to show a picture of it when I do the edit. It's not the best. I thought I had more decorations. There's literally 4 baubles on it right now. That was my phone.
There's a bleakness of the tree.
There is a bleakness to this tree. And I've left the tag on as well at the top.
I think you should be more kind to yourself. You've been on it this week. Every time I've come back from uni, you've been like fucking outside sweeping the leaves, or you brought this in the other day, and I was like, I could help him put that up, but I'm just gonna carry on playing this game.
Well, this is really the life I'm facing at the moment is learning to be a comedian in the wintertime, because I don't have a day job at the moment. I'm just doing gigs. So it's just, what do I do in the day? And then I'm just out sweeping up leaves like an old man.
Have you been getting really bored in the day?
I mean, yes and no. Like, there's always something to fill up the time. Do you know what I mean?
Remember when I lived in the other house? It was awful because all I had was a room. So I would just spend 8 hours in my room, go and do a gig, back to the room.
But you were scared to come out of your room.
I was scared. I had social anxiety in my own room, yeah.
This was one of your bits for a long time.
It was.
Social anxiety in your own house.
I live in a house share, which means I get social anxiety at home.
You don't have to do it now. But good job, man. Though.
Do you like it? Do you?
Yeah, no, it's terrible.
Oh, I thought you were actually laughing at it.
I'm just a bit upset because you're still doing that bit now, and you did it on your Instagram.
I did.
So everyone's going to be like, God, Ethan and Alex must
Giving
be
him
awful.
social anxiety.
Yeah.
Housemates bullying you, making you stay in your room.
Yeah.
In fact, we can't. I wish you'd go in your room more.
That's, yeah.
Because you're always here, sitting in this sofa, watching the TV or playing.
Do you know what?
PlayStation. You're lying to your fans.
George Zach said to me, he thinks you've only ever got a home when you can comfortably fall asleep on the sofa, and the other day I did that. So that was nice.
That's good.
Whereas at the house show, I could never done that. They're like, why the fuck are you sleeping on the sofa, you freak?
Would they really do that though? Would they really say that?
Well, the living room is a very communal space, and they all went in there. So they'd be like, oh, what a dick.
And they put the sign up that said no DOMs. This is the no DOMs club.
No naps. Like no diving in the swimming pool. No naps from Dom. And
No naps.
What else was weird is, this is the sign that they really didn't like me living there. The guy that lived there before me in my room was called Collum, right?
Collum?
Yeah, I know. Weird.
Fuck off.
It's like,
Collum,
it's like Callum versus Gollum.
There's no way that they didn't
He
just
was.
say Callum and you've heard
Collum.
it wrong.
His name was Collum. And I know it because...
Was he Irish?
I don't know. I never met him.
I've never met him and I think he's Irish.
And I know this because it was a 3-story house, and at the bottom of the stairs of the 3rd floor where I lived, there was a sign that said at the bottom of the stairs, "Have a great day, Collum." And they never took it down. So every time I was like, I hope Collum's having a great day.
Yeah, I hope
What, he
is.
left the house and it was still there?
It was still there. I was living in his room and they left it there. And I wasn't going to take it down. I was like, well, maybe it's like a tradition, you know? I was like, well, I'll
You've
kill
got to
myself.
take that down. You've got to take down the
But
Collum sign.
it wasn't my place.
Columbine.
Yeah. Oh.
It wasn't my place to do that, I didn't think.
There's been a disaster. There's a Collum sign.
Yeah.
Columbine? No, it's a Collum sign.
That's pretty funny. I should put that in my bits. I'm going to do that.
You should. You should do it before I turn it into a clip and
I think
cut it in.
Yeah, I think if you take the column down, the house would probably fall down, wouldn't it?
Certainly. Yeah. It's a load-bearing column.
Is that a double entendre that a column is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny, man.
Thanks.
I think this is the first episode that we've all been wearing jumpers. Not Christmas jumpers, but jumpers.
Well, because you've got the heating on a timer, that's what's going on. And the timer's just random.
The timer is not random.
It's random.
The timer is the least random thing that you could possibly do because it comes on the same time every day, and I chose those times with educated guests. I changed it for you.
Well, I know, but I feel like
I put
it's
it on
not
earlier
worked.
for you.
Whatever.
I wake
Whatever
up
you do.
sweating at 6:50 in the morning because the heating's on because of you're getting up early for
What's going
the
on with
telly.
you? Yeah, but it's
It is
fucking
it is still,
Baltic.
it still
It's
can,
not Baltic.
It
It
still
is.
can be quite warm. Do you know what it is? Is you get
It's a big house. This.
you're outside. It's fucking freezing.
Why are
and then-
you so cold?
I don't know. I don't
What's
know what's
wrong
going
with
on.
you?
Maybe I got bad circulation or something.
You do.
I don't know what's happening, but
Also,
It's
you're
fucking
northern. You
cold
should be
in
used to the cold.
yeah. But then we fucking.
Yeah, we're Southerners
We
and we're out here
counteract it.
boiling our nuts off.
Well, I don't know.
Before I moved here, everyone was like, "Oh, it's cold up north." I was like, that can't be cold. It's not another country. It's colder.
Yeah.
Well, of course it's colder.
I was in Newcastle last weekend. Freezed my bollocks off.
Shit, man.
And I didn't understand a word they were saying.
No way, man.
I can't understand them either. It's too much.
No, don't worry about it.
I did the Taylor Swift night in Newcastle.
All right.
And after the show...
were the women wearing clothes?
Huh?
Were the women wearing clothes?
The women were wearing clothes, yeah.
I stereotyped the Newcastle.
Well, no,
girls.
actually, considering how cold it was, they were wearing
Oh,
little.
right, okay, I
actually,
see
yeah.
where
To be
you're coming
fair,
from.
I went out and I was like, oh, okay, they should be wearing more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Did you go and tell him?
No, I kept myself to myself.
Yeah.
But afterwards, I was talking to the lighting tech, while I was packing my stuff away. He's like, "Hey man, I'm not really a Taylor Swift fan, but I like that song, Do Your Job." I was like, "Do Your Job?" And I thought to myself, I don't think she has a song called Do Your Job. I was like, "Oh yeah, Do Your Job." I just kind of went along with it because she's got a lot of songs.
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, Do Your Job." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I didn't play that one tonight." He's like, "Oh, you did. Oh, you did. Dear Job. Do your job. Dear John." I was like, "Dear John?" You were saying Dear John the whole time.
There's a song she
I
has.
heard the completely different thing.
There's a song she has called Dear John.
Yeah.
Who's John?
John Mayer, famous blues guitarist.
Is she friends with him?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with what you're saying, but like,
I don't know, do I?
it shows a complete lack of understanding of any aspect of Taylor Swift, who's probably the most famous pop star
Probably,
in the
yeah.
world. John Mayer, also famous musician, they dated a long time ago, but they were together for a year or something like that. Probably not even that. And she's famously written quite a few songs about him. And obviously he's a very famous guy.
Well, hopefully we cannot put this clip up because Tate is going to hate.
Was it a trombone?
It was the sad trombone.
Fucking yes.
It was the sad trombone.
Is that my neck pillow?
Well, who cares, Dom?
It's my neck pillow.
I've lost
You've
mine.
never owned that neck pillow, so
No, it's fair
don't start looking at that neck pillow as if it's yours just because I'm not using it right now.
Dom's got a compulsion just to ask.
The other day I was at Emily's and I slept in a neck pillow. It was very comfortable.
What, in bed?
Well, yeah.
Is it for going on a plane and
Yeah,
that?
but, there was an earthquake.
There was an earthquake.
No, of course it wasn't an earthquake.
Yeah, but why? What? And she's laying next to you,
Yeah.
looking at your face, and you're like,
Yeah, like I'm wearing, like I've broken my neck and I'm wearing everything.
"That's terrible."
Something bad happened at uni the other day. You know that girl I...
Sorry, that's just funny the way you said that. You just suddenly went, something bad happened.
You know that...
Like
you know,
you committed a crime.
you know, I spoke about that girl. I said she looks like a plumber last week.
I don't remember that, but
Well,
it sounds
that-
like something
Yeah,
you say.
yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
So she's our... We're doing a play at the minute. She's our
Are you
tech...
going to explain the first bit?
Yeah, I will. She's our tech person, right? And she came in, so we see her to rehearse, and she was wearing like Dickies, like tradesman trousers,
Oh, yeah.
and she was on the floor putting tape on the floor to where the chairs go. And I
As
said,
they
"Oh,"
do.
and I said, "Oh, you look like a plumber." 'Cause she was on her knees in like work trousers, and she was like, "What do you mean?" Are you saying look like a man? I'm like, "No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying because you like plumber." So I
Women
thought,
can be plumbers too.
well, that's what I said. Yeah, I said plumber's a very admirable trade.
They're not. They should try and be plumbers more, but they could be,
Could be.
in theory.
But the
I'd
second
stick to whatever you're doing.
second thing, I was sat next to her and saw a picture on her phone of a horse. I thought in a field, and I said, "Oh, I didn't know you liked horses." And she went, "What do you mean?" I went, "Your phone screen is a horse." She was like, "That's my boyfriend."
What are you talking about?
It was a picture of her boyfriend.
Her boyfriend looks like a horse.
No, he doesn't. It was just on a hill, and I didn't see it properly. And I was like,
Well, he's just a man on a hill. You're
Yeah.
like, horse.
As I didn't know you like horse. She's like, that's my boyfriend. I was like, oh. And did you say my boyfriend looks like a horse? I suppose I did, yeah.
I mean, that's less bad than saying that she looks like a plumber. That's
do you
more
think?
like a direct insult. Whereas her saying her boyfriend looks like a horse is just weird. I mean, like, I've never seen a person who looks genuinely like a horse.
Can
Well.
you stop saying stuff to people?
I was going to say, you need to stop talking to this person.
Yeah.
Well, I can't because we have to communicate for that thing. But I shouldn't. I
No,
didn't
but
have to-
don't make any small talk.
Well, I need conversation. Yeah.
I think you should avoid it at all costs. Because you've so far said that she looks like a tradesman.
No, but partner looks like a horse.
Yeah. Imagine, though, if there was a plumber who was dating a horse.
Probably is.
Exactly. A water horse. Seahorse.
The water horse. What is the water horse? That's a film or something, isn't it? Or a
Is
book?
it?
Or it's a book or a play.
Oh yeah, that was definitely.
Or am I thinking of War Horse?
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm talking to the wrong people, aren't I?
You
with
are,
you
yeah.
two.
Well, this
never
episode is off to a flying start. Is it?
Yeah.
Anything? So apart from
I've made some
Dom
notes.
insulting women left, right, and centre, did you bring your to-do list on the show?
With my to-do list and notes.
A horse. Tick that off.
Yours, yeah.
Tick off horse. Yeah, we've done it.
I've got some more gay stories about private school.
Okay, sure. Let's
with
give the listeners what they want because we've been getting a lot of letters.
I was with Eddie the other day and he reminded me. Well, I told him it and it reminded me of the story.
Yeah, people want to hear more of your disturbing stories from private school.
we how do I start this one?
By the way, I'd just like to say I know that
fuck.
Dom has seen that he's not getting enough FaceTime in the clips and he's come equipped to
I've
tell
come equipped.
stories.
Obvious.
So there was a have I told you about the synchronized wanking?
No, you have not told me about the synchronized wanking, Dom.
So we'd all-
Please tell me.
Whoa,
So
whoa,
obvious-
whoa! Before we start, what the fuck do you mean by synchronized?
Well, I'll explain.
Synchronized
So
swimming.
what does
Like at the same
synchronized
time.
mean? Is what I mean.
Yeah, synchronized means
Choreographed.
actions happening at the same time
So
in the
practiced.
same way.
Not
Practice the
practiced.
movements.
Well, listen. So I was quiet. Listen. So there was obviously you wanted to. We were like 14, 15, boarding school.
Obviously.
You wanted to masturbate,
Of
right?
course.
And there was like, it's an unwritten
of course you want a
rule.
jacket.
It's an unwritten rule that if you want to wank, you've got to go to the toilet. I'm not going to the toilet to wank. No one did that. So we.
Wait, it was an unwritten rule, but no one did it.
Well, it was just like, traditionally you go to the toilet to wank.
Traditionally.
Yeah, there's tradition.
How long
everyone
is this tradition?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
Since the 1700s, 1800s?
Well, I don't know if the school was even around then, to be honest.
Might have been.
No, I don't think it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thanks.
Traditional toilet wank.
So, but no one did that, right? So my thought was, I'll wait till because curfew was at like 10. Teacher would come around, everyone would get into bed,
Yeah.
and he'd be like, So
Teacher comes round. Right, night, Dom.
So I'd be like, what I'll do is
Night, Terry.
you know, I imagine by like 11:30, 12, everyone's going to be asleep. So I'll wank then, and I can wank in peace, right? So I did that one night, and then I heard this noise, and every other single guy in my dorm was just wanking. And then I went, "Are you wanking?" And they went, "Yeah." And I went, "Are you wanking? Yeah. Are you wanking? Are you wanking?" And we just went, "Oh," and just carried on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Synchronized wanking.
Synchronized wanking, and then.
Did you all climax at the same time as well?
Well, I don't know if I even could produce sperm at that point.
Because that would be really impressive if you were all doing it. One, two, ja, duh, 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 and there's like drums. Dun, 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 dun,
Like an
dun,
Indian-
dun,
It's like a
dun,
chant
dun,
and
dun,
they're all
Yeah.
singing.
Hater, hater, masturbator. Dun, 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 dun. And then everyone's like, "Ah, psh." And then you all get up like out of bed, one leg out, the other leg out, grab a tissue, wipe it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You ever wanked and you're lying down, it's got in your eye.
We're not doing this.
So yeah.
We're not doing this. It's one thing for you to talk about your weird private school. We're not going to say this podcast has to have some standards. We're not going to sit here and
This is
talk
too
about.
podcasty, as you'd say.
It's too podcasty.
Too podcasty, yeah. Anyway, and the second one is
Why is there more than one?
Just in case he doesn't.
Jesus, can we just figure out what the fuck's going on with the first one?
Yeah, Ethan's still digesting the first one. What are your thoughts about the synchronized wanking?
What do you want to know?
First of all,
Yeah.
if you were you wanking daytime in the toilets or nighttime?
No, we'd probably when it one wouldn't wank twice.
You
a
wouldn't
day.
go. You wouldn't nip in
You wouldn't
between.
wank twice a day.
was
No
in-
way would we do
I was
that.
in. I
Well,
was
you
in,
wouldn't
disgusting.
go miss any either way.
I was in school in the
fucking-
daytimes, wasn't I?
Yeah, you weren't nipping off.
No.
Right. Okay. Just checking that.
Just doing my rounds, checking that out.
Remember that there was a time
That
where
was
I
the
was
first.
because I was playing golf at that age, and Mum would drop me off at the golf course at 8 a.m.
How old? What kind of
14,
teenager were you playing golf and
synchronised wanking.
synchronised
Well, a gay
wanking?
one apparently.
jerking it. Oh.
But I would
It's a very grown up thing to do to play golf.
It's true. But golf is, people say it's gay, don't they?
I've literally never heard that in my life.
Have you not?
You know,
No.
Oh, have you? I heard it many a time.
I'm gonna sit this one out.
I'd say golf is the least gay sport that you could
Well, it's
possibly
actually
play
very
because
homophobic.
what the
The people that play,
scene.
because it's old people that play. They're quite
Yeah.
homophobic,
Yeah.
and they all drink, drive home.
Yeah, and they're not taking showers together after a game of golf, are
That's a
they?
good point, actually. Yeah.
We should
Well,
probably.
sometimes.
We can't even talk about this because we're already under fire from the woke mob.
Yeah,
We're getting cancelled anyway.
and I thought it was just a good
I'll have Russell Brand on next week. Well, basically.
invite him down.
Is that your Russell Brand
Well,
impression?
Vincent
Well,
in our play is doing one. It's amazing. I was like, I can't do it.
You have to learn some big words if you want to do a Russell Brand impression.
Yeah,
Sometimes though, Mum would drop me off at the golf course at 8 a.m. on their way to work, and
Yeah.
pick me up at like 6 p.m. in the summer holidays. And there was a time where I went to the toilet and wanked because I had nothing else
on
to
the
do.
golf course.
Well, in the toilet,
No, you
not on the
No.
course, in the clubhouse.
Yeah, all right, okay.
Yeah, just a public toilet.
You waved past the receptionist
Yeah.
before you went in there.
Yeah.
What's going on with you?
Well, I like wanking.
Yeah, I've never been desperate.
But-
Have you ever been desperate for a wank? We've been like
Desperate.
shifty,
What when I have to like run off into
a bush or
a bush or
I was
anything?
bored. I was there for like 10
Portaloo.
hours.
I don't think I ever did it
Not
at
past the
school.
I've done enough patting.
I did cocaine at school once.
That's
Did you?
fun.
Yeah.
Go on.
When you were how old?
17.
Sixth form.
Yeah.
That's funny. What? And then you went to a lesson.
Well, so this is what happened. Me and my friend, who will remain nameless,
Hang on a minute.
But also sober now,
can I
actually.
say- So you, I speak about wanking, which is completely legal and fine. You go, oh my god, what's going on here? And he said Eddie cocaine at
I don't
school.
know if
First
what
of
you did
all,
at
He
school.
goes, he goes. No, listen. He goes, Eddie. What? He goes,
Completely legal and fine. He's not.
and he goes,
Well,
he goes.
classify
I did
any of
cocaine at school, and you went, that's cool, and you sat up to listen to him.
Yeah, no, because I can relate to that. I can bounce off that. I've got some stuff.
Cocaine.
Do you remember momentum and how that works?
Yeah, sorry, carry on.
God,
No, you've ruined
Are
it
you
now.
stoned?
completely legal and of course I'm stoned.
Okay.
Let him be stoned.
No, but I just- the way
It's
he
his day
walks
off.
Yeah,
It's his day off.
I'm relaxed.
He's chilling.
Can you sit up, please?
No.
Let him relax hey, Vittorio Angeloni basically lies down
Yeah.
in his podcast.
That's what we
You love Vittorio Angeloni. I can't even say his name right now. This is what podcasters do now. They
just gotta
basically
be-
lie down.
You just got to live your life and that.
Yeah. We've got to have our own individual vibes.
But this is an individual.
That's fine. I think that's fine what you're doing right
So
now.
then I won't be in the clips even more. So.
Yeah, well, we'll just have to put another camera up on top.
I know. It'd be better for everyone. It doesn't matter.
Anyway, so
I haven't got TikTok anymore. I'm not.
I think it is funny how we were talking about wanking and I thought, how can I get us off this subject? And I decided to go for illegal drugs.
Yeah, cocaine. Yeah, but that. Yeah, go on.
Weirdly, more socially acceptable to talk about on a podcast. Maybe.
So, how did you do cocaine? It's school.
Very
Tell us
simple.
the story.
Very simple. I was with a friend and I was like, hey, look, I've still got some of that stuff, from the other night.
You were.
Yeah, this is me doing an impression of me.
Mm.
If I do an impression of someone else, there'd
to
be a
honest,
different...
I don't think you're doing it very well.
Okay, here we go. Hey, mate, I've got some of that stuff from the other night. Do you want to go do it in the toilet? Is that better?
And he was like, yeah.
That's the impression of me.
That was a bit better.
No, my mate Reddy sounds like me. He's like, yeah, let's do it.
That's what he sounds like. Just
Was it Canadian or
Yeah.
dude?
So he was like, yeah, let's do it. So we went to the disabled toilet, okay? Well,
Nice.
there weren't any disabled people around. I looked.
Probably came out disabled.
I checked.
Yeah.
So we went in there, we did this line, and then we went and basically just sat in the sixth form common room like this, just like a little bit wonky.
Yeah.
And at the time, we skipped assembly. There was an assembly which was on the subject of UCAS forms, so filling in forms to go to university. So we skipped this thing, and we were just sitting in the common room high. Like, what a terrible way to skip a lesson is go right to the middle of school where everybody hangs out. And we were there, and our head teacher, the head of sixth form, walked into the thing and was like, Alex and my friend, whose name I'm not going to say, what are you doing in here? You should be at the assembly. And we got up and ran.
To the assembly.
Literally ran to the assembly, and assembly was on, and they're talking a boring talk about UCAS, and we go in and we sit down in the chair, we're like this. And she comes in, she follows us, obviously doesn't run, and comes about 5 minutes later, turns up and is like, come on. So she's, you two come over here, and we go outside. She's like, why are you skipping the assembly? This is important for going to university. And my mate's like, listen, I'm going to drama school, all right? I've got it sorted. And I'm like, yeah, okay, you may not know this about me, but I'm in a band and we're pretty good.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're gonna do, I don't need this stuff.
We're going to be fine.
Yeah, I'm going to be fine. You don't need to worry about us.
Yeah.
And she's like, look,
You need a backup plan.
listen, I know you two have got it sorted, but there's other people in this school as well, and they might look to you for inspiration. So you need to go in there.
Is that what she said?
And she said that, and I was like, you're right. You're right. Let's go back in. Come on. So we went back in, and we were like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, forms. Got it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to fill that out big time.
Did she really say that?
Yeah, and I realised later on that she clearly did not believe that
was just
at all. She
bullshitting
was
you.
probably just like, these two idiots high as fucking school.
Do you reckon she knew you were on?
No, probably not.
No,
That would
probably,
be...
that would have been.
She'd have taken it higher.
That would have been a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they would have like kicked us out of school.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have. They would have had a go for that.
Yeah, they would have. Yeah, I think they would have probably. They would have
I didn't-
looked down on that.
I didn't
Yeah.
ever do drugs till I was like 19.
I did loads of
Maybe
drugs
20.
at school and in school. That was like where drugs happened.
Drugs happened.
Well,
Where
I've
did
got
you
to
do
school.
them at school?
We
We had a
do-
place
we
called
do-
Cuttlebrook where we smoked weed, which was just outside of school.
Yeah, our school was like depends. I went to two, but I went on the second one. There was like a big field behind it,
Yeah.
and there was like a motorway bridge, and then you just go up
So
there.
you were off school property, but just.
in the mornings,
Yeah.
and then like during the day there was some containers, and they went round a field. You know what I mean?
Containers.
Some just big containers filled with shit. Just go behind there. Get stoned.
What was in there? Books.
Bikes, probably.
Bikes, just loads of bikes.
Yeah, probably bikes.
Come on, lads. We're going to go smoke weed in the back container. I saw some bear huffies in there,
I was just trying
boy.
to think, what would they have for like PE? Balls.
Oh, they were school containers.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
They weren't just
bring
like
them.
random shipping containers for
No,
the shit.
well, I've never. I weren't allowed inside them.
Imagine if you were smoking weed in there and it was just priceless artworks and stuff that people were storing, and you're like, what's this shite? Fuck off.
A bald man bidding them off.
Yeah, you could have just picked one up and just like been sorted for life.
Yeah. No, obviously, no, not in Salford.
You know, that's where I would hide my priceless artworks.
You'd be an idiot for doing that.
No, because people would be like, what's this painting shite? I don't want this. Where's the phones?
They'll try and sell anything.
Yeah.
I had a guy come up to me in the pub and asked me if I wanted to buy a ham. Just ham that he
Just a
had.
piece of ham.
He's like, I've got this ham. I've got loads of it. Do you want some ham? Just £1 for like a packet of ham. It's like £3.
It was just a packet of wafer thin ham.
He had some wafer thin. He had some honey roast. Yeah. He had a little selection.
You had a few different types of ham.
And I was
So we
like,
didn't
no.
accidentally come across it.
And I was like, no, mate, I don't want your ham. And then I think it was with Beck or something. We was in, I think,
You were friends with Beck for ages. Was this
yeah,
recent?
for quite a while. We were in Jam Street, and then I went, yeah, should try to sell ham. And he was like, mate, you don't know me. You know, one day you'll be here in this position too where you have to sell ham. And I was like,
One day, my friend, you'll be selling ham just like me.
yeah. And I was like, luckily they just kind of waddled off with the ram.
With the ram.
Didn't cause too much of a scene.
Waddled off with their ham.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
How many of them was there?
just one lone ham salesman.
It's good you said there.
Their hams being inclusive.
Yeah, just making sure that not to misgender the ham man,
guy.
the ham salesman, just in case the ham salesman's transitioned.
Yeah, salesperson.
Salesperson. You're right. I take it all back. That's a good story. Good stories, both of you. Very good.
And you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Hopefully my school doesn't get in trouble.
Well, I don't know what.
It's Christmas, baby.
I don't like no.
I'm gonna
definitely
say
are.
something about the house because it's traditional to do that. We've already talked about the heating. We're never going to fix the heating situation.
Well-
what I've realised is you'll switch the heating on,
Yeah.
and I'll turn it off. That's just the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
Because
Do you still turn it on?
Because the other day I was like ill, and I was like, I can't argue now whether the heating should be on or off because I can't tell because
my only issue is this:
body heat's all fucked up anyway.
I just know that, like, because the thing is, you've ruined it for me. Because you've come in and told me that you've lost your phone, lost your laptop, done this, done that, right?
Right.
So I'm constantly worried that if I'm not here, the heating's going to be left on for 3 days.
Right. Okay, but they don't correlate, do they? They're not
What are you
too.
saying you're
exclusive.
Because you forget to, you leave the heating on all night. You've done it
Yeah,
multiple
but you
times.
can feel heating.
You can, yeah, of
You
course.
can't feel.
The phone. You can feel your
losing
phone.
You can't. Well, yeah, but that's the problem, innit? It's not tactile enough.
But it's all right. We've reached an impasse where you'll
I turn it on. You turn.
you'll turn it on. I'll turn it off. Things will happen that way. That's
Yeah.
it.
And the heating bill will be about 10,000.
Hopefully the heating bill won't be bigger than it already is.
I think it'll be fine. I think if you use heat in the winter, that's the only reason we've got it anyway. So.
Well, anyway, here's what I'll say.
Oh.
PlayStation controllers, right?
Right.
So I started getting annoyed because the PlayStation controller's always on the floor, and I kicked over the PlayStation controller by not knowing it was on the floor, right? That's a minor thing. But I realised I just wanted to check.
Go on.
How's my PlayStation controller doing? Because one of those PlayStation
It's great.
controllers is mine.
It's the best one still, probably.
Oh, yeah? Which one is it?
It's the one.
Why don't you tell me which one of those
Is that
PlayStation
one that-
controllers it is?
it's-
Which one?
What?
I'll
Because
tell
you
you,
put the
I'll tell
tape
you.
on it, but the
Go
tape
and have a
came
look.
off.
How did the tape come off?
Because it just comes off. Yeah.
Why was the tape wet?
Because we sweat. Our hands sweat.
There you go.
Yeah.
So which one's mine?
That one, because it's got the
That
tape.
one.
Yeah. Problem solved.
Well, that tape, because that's not the tape I put on it.
Well, yeah, it is.
That's first of all, that's resonance of the tape.
The PlayStation just turned on.
Oh no, now we've turned the PlayStation on.
So that's yours anyway.
I
And
felt
it's also
like it
got
was-
the QR code thingy on it. What's it called?
Oh, it's got the barcode
serial
on it.
number.
Yeah, that's good. That's a reason so I can track it.
So-
I know what's going on with the boy.
I'm absolved.
Okay.
You know,
I found there was no tape on the back, and I thought, what has happened here?
it was the worst idea ever.
Yeah, they are expensive. They're 50 quid.
They're not 50 quid. They're like
there's nothing wrong
35
with, there's
quid.
nothing wrong with it though. What's your problem?
Just you two and your fucking
And the other day
greasy
we were in
hands.
his, where the fuck's my
It's
PlayStation
you two-
control? And
It's you
like
two. It's because you cook these big lump things of pork, and you just get greasy pork hands, and then
You
you
have
start
greasy pork
playing the
hands.
PlayStation. I've never seen you wash your hands, so
I always wash my hands.
I don't believe
washed
that
them
you
earlier.
do. I've
Washed
never seen you wash
I
them.
washed them directly after
He's
I...
washed them, right? Don't.
No, you're taking his side.
And I
It
shower,
must be bad if
and
you
I
take his
shower
side.
all the time.
You
He
never
sho-
take his
He
side.
showers loads, right?
That's
No,
true. You
he-
do shower twice a
Almost
day.
too much.
I'm gonna
You do shower
after
too
this.
much.
I think that's why you smell of
I'm
onions.
going to shower after this.
Yeah, there's an onion in
Why?
the shower head.
Because I went to the gym early and haven't showered since.
Fair enough. That's a good
Okay.
reason to shower.
We're coming to the end, so
Are we?
yeah.
All right.
So unless is there anything you got anything important to say?
No.
Don't use your whole book of notes because you'll need it for next time.
Have we got a question?
So
I
I've
think we might have one to the Instagram.
really
Yeah.
no.
Try and
How do you
find
know?
it.
You don't fucking log on to it, do you?
Well, you know,
Did someone send one?
I don't know.
I did have more to say about the private school, but I think
Apparently so.
I don't think you want to like let everyone know everything about your private school experience
Well, I
in
don't
one
care.
go. People are going to start sending social services round.
Yeah, and they've probably missed the boat as well.
Oh, they've definitely missed the boat, without doubt.
Damage has been done.
Lol, I got a question for next podcast.
Oh, who is that?
Chris Can Handyman.
Is that a comic or is he just a fan?
He's only got 2. Oh, this is on the. He's a multi-trades handyman, artist, designer,
You
project
follow- you
manager,
follow him.
workday volunteer.
Do you know that? Is it your uncle?
Okay, here we go.
Just fucking read the message. Yeah.
Lol, I got a question for your next podcast. Do you ever think you will be landlords? Also, do you know the money you're paying for 3 or 4 rooms together? You could just buy a house with a pool. Then you could be your own landlords, tenants, and the mortgage would be less than your rent.
But we don't have the deposits for that. Does he understand you have to put a deposit down? You can't just...
So we can buy... Wait, when he says buy a house with a pool, I feel like he means put the money in together and share the cost of buying a house.
He probably doesn't.
But I'm thinking swimming pool, Olympic size,
Yeah.
Heated, swimming pool.
Be
Yeah.
nice to have a swimming pool again.
I guess. I mean, I do try not to take any financial advice off him. Best I can.
He's got good benches though.
You're right. He's got good benches. Yeah, get on his benches.
The
He's
benches are good,
He's trying
to
to
be
flog
fair.
the benches. 200 quid, he reckons,
You need to clip the top, Alex.
for the
Huh?
bench.
Oh, well done.
So if
Dom's telling me how to use Instagram now. It's sort of
Well, 'cause
sad
you tapped
now.
it like 10
the,
times.
the great benches, the cast iron.
Yeah, good benches these.
Come and get them.
Come and get 'em.
They're on for sale.
I didn't realise we were doing an ad read.
On
It's
a
our first
website.
ad.
So, but what a great question from a great time served carpenter.
Time served carpenter. What kind of time? Where did he learn how to do a
He's
carpentry?
he's been loads of places.
Is that time served in the trades or elsewhere?
He's been
An
around.
apprenticeship with Her Majesty.
He's been about. He's done a bit of carpentry in there.
Follows Kim Smith.
I think we all know who the most likely person to be a landlord on this podcast is. It's obviously Dom.
First of all, that's not likely. That's inevitable.
actually, my mum has sold the rental properties now. So
She's like, I'd rather burn them than you have them.
Well, she
Is
said
that
the
what
flat.
she was
I'd still
like?
take over the flats, I suppose.
So that's something you're planning to do anyway.
Well, if that happens, I'll probably just sell them. I think.
I love
don't
your
want-
confidence.
I don't want a property.
Why don't
You're
you
just
want
like,
a
if
property?
comedy
You
doesn't
live
work out, my
somewhere
mum's
and
going to
that.
give me some properties.
Well, she will anyway. So comedy,
Your lack of shame is very admirable.
comedy will work out, and then I'll have properties too.
Is that what you think's going to happen?
Well, yeah. I don't think I'm gonna. If I thought I was gonna fail in comedy, I wouldn't be doing it, would I?
Brilliant. We should change this
That is the
podcast.
clip of the thing.
Because we've had some suggestions that the Rent Boy's name might be offensive, homophobic, something anti-sex worker, whatever. We're talking about it. We're considering it. We don't know.
I'm not very much.
But we could just change it to Dom Hatton-Wood's life advice / life coach.
It's long.
And it's just, it's a working title.
Why don't we turn Dom Hatton-Wood's experience?
Yeah? The Dom Hatton-Wood's experience.
Yeah.
We're really annoying.
I think. No, let's just no.
We don't want my name in it, because that's just me.
Yeah.
That's selfish.
I'm just joking.
Okay. Fair enough. And you do pretty much all the work for this podcast.
That's true. Yeah. In fact, we're going to call it Alex Camp and the 2 fucking nutters.
Alex Camp and the 2. What is it? The 2
Weird
free-
little boys.
The free
Musketeers?
Yeah.
I'll come up with another name. I didn't think anyone would go for the original name when I said it. I was just like, this is just like a little cheeky joke.
Well, it's funny though, as I put it in the group, we should call it this. You were like, Dom, great idea. As if you didn't want to take credit for it.
Well, I didn't want to take credit for it because I felt like if they were like, oh, Ethan said it,
Yeah.
they'll be like, no, fuck that.
It didn't even occur to me. I was like, that's funny.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Same.
Because if I said I'd do it, they go, nah, it's not actually that. It's crude, really, actually. thinking
It is
about
crude.
it.
But then we also just talked about public school boys wanking at the same time.
Yeah,
How
I mean,
do you
we're
feel
on the
about-
edge, aren't we? I don't
I'm
know
an
what's.
advocate for sex workers.
Well, it's not about the intention. It's about the implication of the words.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know words had implications, so. Guess that's.
I love it. I'm not going to try and clip funny bits from this podcast anymore. I'm just going to clip like inspirational phrases from you two.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have a picture.
I think we'll change lives.
And it's like, I didn't know words had implications until now.
We'll change lives.
I love it.
You should actually do
If
that.
I thought comedy was going to fail, I wouldn't be doing it.
Exactly. What's wrong with that?
It's just so.
If you're doing something for like a loss for a long time and you think you're gonna fail, what the fuck are you doing?
No, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah,
I'm just saying it's nobody says that.
maybe they should.
You're right. Maybe they should. Ladies and gentlemen, and you know, everyone who's offended by the name, we're going to bid you adieu. Christmas episode coming up next, I'm sure. Before we
maybe
go,
we can do the Secret
Yeah.
Santas.
special Christmas, we'll do Secret
We'll do
Santas. We'll do
Secret
it.
Santa.
We're going to
That
do
sounds
it.
Good.
Amazon parcel's coming.
Yeah,
Between 3 people, it's going to be great. Did I already get? We already did it.
we already
we've
took
got
the names.
things out.
We
Do
did
you
the names,
remember?
didn't we? I can't remember who I've got.
Oh, right.
So we're going to say goodbye now. I've been Alex Camp, Dom Hatton Woods, Ethan Smith. Thank you. Have a good evening. Take care.